steaks. Honestly, they are just awesome. Regardless if you like cooking them on the grill, on the cast iron, or any other type of method, steaks are always welcome. As home cooks, we are always looking for the best way to cook them. If there's one thing we can all agree is that cooking the right steak at the perfect doneness is always the ultimate goal. For today's cook, I'm going to be testing 3 different ways to find out which way will give you the most optimum result for that perfect steak we all crave. So let's do it. And these are the star of the show. As you can see, they are 3 beautiful prime New York strips. As I always mention, make sure you look for that wonderful marbling that you see throughout the steak. This already ensures that you will have a perfect steak to enjoy. And of course, by choosing the right steak, you are already winning. Now, since we have these 3 beautiful steaks, I'll be cooking them in 3 different ways. The first one, I'm going to be aiming to cook it within 5 minutes. That means I'm going to be direct grilling it. It will be hot and fast with a few minutes of intervals. The most important thing you gotta remember whenever you direct grilling is that you will have a carryover. So keep these numbers in mind. If my end goal temperature is 135 degrees Fahrenheit, I must take it out way earlier because of the carryover. So for this direct grilling steak, I'm only going to be cooking it until I reach an internal temperature of 115 degrees Fahrenheit. That way, as it is resting, it will reach the final temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. This much carryover only happens because the steak has extreme heat in the outer side. So you gotta get that temperature really hot in order to reach the internal temperature. That is why the carryover is so high. But now jumping to the second steak, it is going to be something completely different. We are going to be using the reverse seared method. And for this method, I'm actually going to be cooking it nice and gentle first. I'll be putting my grill at 350 degrees Fahrenheit and cooking it in indirect heat until I reach an internal temperature of 125. Once that's done, I'll be removing it and then giving it quick sear, which ultimately will give me the final internal temperature of 135. This steak will take no longer than 25 minutes to cook at 350. Sometimes you want to hurry and you want to crank up that temperature. But the best way to cook reverse sear is actually putting the temperature even lower. So for the third steak, I'll be cooking it at 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it reaches an internal temperature of 125 degrees Fahrenheit, then I'll be taking it off and putting a beautiful sear on it. Because as you know, right after the sear, the carryover will definitely take it to 135. By cooking these steaks 3 different ways, we're actually going to find out which way is the best way to cook them on the grill. And in order to have perfect steaks, the first thing we gotta do is to season them. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I'm a big fan of dry brine. That's basically just a very big fancy word saying put salt on it and let it rest in your refrigerator overnight. And what this does is that it actually makes your steak taste better, because that salt will definitely penetrate the meat all the way through. But as you can see, they're already perfectly seasoned. All there's left to do is set them on a cooling rack and let them rest overnight in my refrigerator. As that was happening, it gave me enough time to make an awesome side dish. And this one is gonna be smoky. I started by grating some cheese. I'm actually using Swiss cheese, but you can use any type of cheese you like. Just try to avoid any strong cheese like Parmesan. Mozzarella cheese will work, mustard cheese will work, and many other different types. Once that was done, I got a bowl. I threw in a little bit of flavored cream cheese, followed by the one I just grated, a little bit of sour cream, and finished it off with Guga's rub. Remember, exact amount and ingredients always on the description down below for you. Now all there's left to do is to mix it well and your filling is done. I like to put it in a vacuum bag or Ziploc bag so that we can pipe it all out into our awesome side dish. Talking about that, this will be the base for it. I'm using kielbasa sausage, but you can actually use any type you like. Just make sure that they are fully cooked already. The next thing to do is to cut them 1 inch thick. As you can see, by the time I was done, this is what they look like. The next ingredient is gonna be bacon. I highly recommend you using the center cut bacon, and the only reason is because it gives you a lot more meat. Now the next thing to do is pretty straightforward. Using the sausage as base, start rolling them. To secure everything together, just use the toothpick. Some people like to take the casing of the kielbasa off, but it's really up to you. I like to leave the casing on because it gives a nice crunch. But as you can see, by the time I was done, this is what they look like. It is almost like shot glasses. And just like any shot glasses, we need the filling. That is why adding it to the bag is perfect, because check this out. They go in nice and easy. One thing that you gotta keep in mind is do not overfill it, because as the bacon fat renders, everything will shrink down a little. By the time I was done, this is what it looks like. Now you can be as creative as you like with this recipe. It is all up to you. The only thing left to do is to smoke them so that we can cook the bacon all the way through. And for that, I'm going to be using my Camp Chef smoker. But now that we have that ready, it's time to get back to our steaks. Now the only thing left to do is to finish off the seasoning. So for that, I added a little bit of freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. And as always, make sure you season both sides, including the edges. But now that we have our beautiful steaks ready, you already know how this experiment is going to go down. And to make sure I get accurate results, I'm going to be using my wireless thermometers. So now I say it is enough talking and it is time to grill them. So let's do it. All right, everybody, here we have our beautiful steaks. Are you ready, Angel?
Oh, I'm ready.
You look like your beard that you were like, oh, I'm ready. Huh?
I'm thinking about how many I should eat right now.
All right, very good. Today, we got to be extremely picky on these steaks, all right? Because as you can see there, they look a little slight different. If you can take a look at on the top, you will be able to tell. But at the same time, I don't want you to see it so much because they're all the same, yeah?
Oh, okay.
There's no difference between these steaks except the way that they were cooked. So we're gonna be extremely picky and let you guys know which way is best. And this is the finale, yeah? We'll leave this one for the end, yeah?
I'm smelling that thing right now.
First one. Cheers, everybody.
Oh, that's good, boy.
That is amazing. It is a phenomenal steak.
I think it's perfect how it is.
It's cooked to perfection for you.
I mean, I'm sure once we start trying the other ones,
right,
I'm gonna have a different opinion.
Right.
But as of right now,
yeah, it's good. There's nothing wrong with the steak, everybody. It is cooked great. Not gonna say it's cooked perfectly, but it's cooked great. But at the same time, you have nothing else to compare it with. So this is number one, yeah. And the number one is phenomenal.
Guga steak. Tastes good, bro.
It tastes good. All right, I really enjoyed that one. Let's go for the second one, Angel. Go for it. Oh, come on.
Okay.
I'll let you describe whatever it is that you want to say.
It's definitely juicy, and it's more like tender.
Yes, when
like
you
all the way through. It's just
when
tender.
you take a bite, the bite is very nice and soft. Versus even though this one was phenomenal, but it's a harder bite, right?
Yeah, this one has a way better crust.
Yeah, I agree. This one has a nice pronounced crust, but the second one, it
has a crust, but it's like,
Yeah, it's a milder crust, but like you said, it is more tender. I would say even juicier.
Definitely,
juicy. It is juicier.
I said it was juicy.
Yeah, I think the juices out of this one here kind of run out a little bit, everybody. Let me tell you, because this one, it kept its juice. Which one do you like it so far?
Number two.
Number two. I agree, 100%. Number two is definitely better than number one. Okay, you ready for the last one, Angel? Third one, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, boy. What happened? Instant smile.
All right. When you eat a steak, you can just literally like steal the juices away from the steak while it's in your mouth.
I know, right?
This is one of those that you don't even have to try to do that. They're just doing it for you. It's juicy.
As soon as you take a bite, it is like an explosion in your mouth. It is incredible how the methods of cooking change the steak consistency completely, everybody. Wow.
This one is good, bro.
Which one do you like better, Angel?
Number 3.
Huh? Now, I will say this though. There is an application for each individual steak. If you're in a hurry, do this one. If
5 minutes, bro.
Hey,
5 minutes is convenient.
Hey, that's why the restaurants do it. Most restaurants, they'll do the steak like this. Why? Because it's fast. They gotta go serve you, right? You don't want to be waiting for an hour, so they go nice and quick and fast. But I would say use this method for less expensive steak. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That way, you know, it doesn't matter. And then if it's a very expensive steak,
yeah, you want to enjoy it. So you want to make it as best as you can.
Treat it right. Exactly. Treat it right. Take your time. That 250 degrees Fahrenheit temperature is the perfect one for you to get a nice, juicy steak. It's almost like sous vide, this one.
Yeah, it kind of, like, it's consistent.
Very good. All right, we're good. Now we got the side dish. You ready for the side dish?
Let's go for the side dish, man.
All right, so this one is kind of a little bit different. It's so smoky. It's like extra smoky.
I'm gonna cut it in half.
You're gonna have.
That's a big bite.
Cheers, Angel. Oh no! It tried to run away from me. That's tasty, everybody. Oh man. Oh, I enjoy that. That's nice. What do you think, Angel? It's creamy. It's extremely smoky. Anyway, guys, these are the results. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you cook your steak the whatever way is best for you, because either way you're eating steak, it's gonna be a good day. Huh, Angel? It's gonna be a good day. Just make sure you make your steak. All right, everybody? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in any of the equipment I use, everything's always in the description down below for you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
We out.